Hi guys, welcome back to the garden. Look at the sky, it's perfectly blue and the cherries are in flower, and I want to take you around the garden doing a walk and talk to show you some of the things that I find beautiful and inspiring and amazing right now. So this bed actually is just so pleasing. This creeping comfrey with the blue flowers. I use it underneath the trees, and it's loved by insects. It's a little windy today, so maybe not so many insects as I would have liked, but it's beautiful anyway. So this is another of our plum trees. This one has already flowered and it has been crazily pollinated. Sometimes you can see it when a lot of the flowers, when they lose their petals very quickly, it's because they have been pollinated. So I'm hoping for lots and lots and lots of plums. I was standing underneath my favorite plum, this green gage over here, the other day, and it made me think of, you know, these sayings, can you see the butterfly in the caterpillar and the oak in the acorn? And it's about this beautiful interconnectedness of everything. And I was standing underneath this beautiful plum, and it was full of bees doing their work. So I thought of other phrases that could remind me of this beautiful interconnectedness that's everywhere in the garden, visibly everywhere. And I thought of this phrase, can you see the pollinator in the plum? And I thought that was beautiful, and then I went on to look at the apple trees, and instead of being afraid of the worm in the apple, I think it would be really beautiful to always remember that worms are always in the apples. So this is the first of the apple blossoms coming out now, because they break down all the apples that fall to the ground, but also all the leaves, and break it down so that it can travel up into the tree again and become blossoms and more apples. Isn't that just beautiful? So can you see the worm in the apple? So this is sea buckthorn. This is a male. Unfortunately, his lady friend died, so he's probably not pollinating a lot right now. So that's how it is. And a little look at how far I got with my new vegetable garden. And then I want to take you inside the explosive garden, because it's wonderful, but it's really suffering. But the cherry blossom here is also beautiful. This is one of the earliest cherries that we have. But since I'm in the process of birthing this 7,000 square meter butterfly garden, other things are suffering. So I wanted to show you the reality of this. These are my beds that are usually full of flowers in the explosive garden, and it's just weeds and grass and weeds and grass. So yeah, I mean, lots of flowers also, but also lots and lots and lots of weeds. But I'm sure it's going to be lush and beautiful in here anyway. Look at the tulips, they are out now, and these are like these giant heavy tulips. So if it rains, they break, but if it doesn't, they stay for quite a long time, and they are really powerful powerful beings right now. I think in here probably all of my lilies are the happiest. So all of these are martagon lilies and they are edible and I absolutely love them. But in the background you see I also have some tree lilies that are coming out now, and they also look quite potent and wonderful. And would you look at that pear blossom? Oh my god, I always thought they were actually the prettiest. When we go into the food forest, I'll try to remember to show you the Asian pear, because I think that blossom is probably the most amazing one I have in the garden. No, I couldn't say that, but you know what I mean. Whenever I pass something beautiful, I think, ooh, that's my favorite. So actually also, I have 4 peaches in here, because it's like a sun pocket, like so it's really amazing for peaches. And I do think we have had quite an amazing pollination on the peach trees also this year. And how pleasing is that? Lots of peaches, they ripen at the same day, so we will have to invite for a peach feast. I want to show you the tulips. I mean, tulips are some of my favorite flowers, because they make these splashes of color early in the season. And so many varieties, so many shades, so many shapes also. There's another beautiful one over here. I try to plant a lot of Darwin tulips and wild tulips, because they come back year after year, instead of me just having to plant again and again and buy again and again. But I've told you before that in here, in this area of the garden, I have used a lot of biochar, and I think it does something to the soil that's amazing in a way. So all of these tiny beings here are actually silene, and in other places I have lots of other flowers that have self-seeded, and I see that the seeding is much more successful in here than in any other areas of the garden. But and even the huge artichokes have come out, and they are looking quite healthy and happy. We hope lots of artichokes, but as you can see, lots of weeds, but also lots of beauty. And the first of the geraniums are now flowering. I'll see if I can get out of the light. I think they're beautiful. And all the insects love them, and I have so many different ones in the garden. I hope you can hear the birds also. Super beautiful. I was just wondering if you go through your garden and you come up with one of these sentences that, can you see the pollinator in the plum and the worm in the apple and the oak in the acorn and all of those things. I think it could be a fun play to inspire each other to look for all of these ways we can remember and see and honor this beautiful interconnectedness that we exist in. It just makes me happy for days. I want to show you also the mess that's still in the greenhouse, but actually now I have seeded all of the seeds that I have time for this season, and it's mainly vegetables and edible flowers for this new vegetable garden, and I'm very late to this. But I mean, we should be fine. I am loving these seed snails. I think they really take up much less space. They use up much less soil and compost. And I think the ones that I seeded about 2 weeks ago, they look really happy. And these from last week, I think, are also coming out now. And yeah, pretty good. And then the other day I made these other 3, what are they, trays. So I'm hoping that this week I will have time to sort of clean the greenhouse and maybe start planting tomatoes. But I think this great greening of everything is quite amazing. Every year it takes me by surprise. When I walk around, and I do that as often as I can, I think these combinations, you wouldn't say that this yellow is great with this purple and the white, but in a way I do love it. And it's something I don't decide, but I allow, and I just enjoy the aliveness of everything in that way, not imposing my will too much on everything. But here we come to this Asian pear. You see the blossoms are a little different. I think they are so beautiful. This color of the leaves, and then the flowers are a little bigger, and they have a little bit of pointy petals. I do love them. And another great thing that's coming out now is that's for eating. These bladdernut flowers are an amazing spring crop for us in the garden. And I discovered that this tree has nuts falling all over, and it's just making lots and lots of babies. Isn't that cute and amazing? I've given some away, and the rest I'm going to plant out in the butterfly sanctuary in fall, because planting trees now is not amazing. Another wild tulip, Bataloni, I think this one is called. Isn't that pretty? It's getting overrun by lots and lots of ground elder. As you can see, it's taking over the garden. But another wild tulip and a beautiful longwort. But would you look at that? Isn't that quite amazing? What more do you want? So the spiral is also starting to really grow, but I need to clean. I actually have the first group coming today in the retreat center, and I think I would like to clean out all of these annoying weeds that grow around this space where we usually meditate. I'll see if I get around to it. If not, it's fine. No one is dying. But other than that, I think I didn't clean the whole garden this year. I didn't have time because of this, the butterfly sanctuary project. It's okay. I'm fine with how it is, and I'm determined not to get stressed about the things I don't get around to doing, and instead I'm just going to enjoy the things I do finish, and yeah, that's the only way, I think. I did buy some new fritillaria this year. Look. Isn't that amazing? And the way they hang their heads, I think, is quite amazing. And this is another variety. I don't remember what they are called, but I like them. And the roses are looking potent and amazing. You see, it's actually growing almost taller than the apple tree, and it's smothering the apple tree a little bit, but it's okay. We have so many apples. Other than that, I mean, it looks beautiful. And there's another cherry blossom down here, another cherry blossom here, and you see behind it, perhaps you can see there's a bitter almond, and I think they had amazing pollination. And we don't really eat these, but they are quite important because they are such prolific. They give such prolific flowering, and I think it's at a time where maybe insects and bees, early bees, really need it. But it looks like amazing pollination. You see, they don't come off when I touch them like this, so it means that they are producing nuts. The last thing I wanted to show you, oh, maybe not the last thing, but look at these tulips. I love them so much. Sylvestris wild tulips. I didn't plant these, they came all by themselves, and I'm so grateful to that. And maybe you can see it down here. There's a Saskatoon flowering too. Isn't that glorious? And another smaller one that's not thriving so much, but still quite beautiful. And again, you see how these wild tulips are just spreading all over the garden, especially here on the small mound. I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. Look at that. Quite long stems and these sort of bell-like, star-like shapes. I hope you can hear me without the noise of the small plane that's flying over the property. Everything smells so nice. Another apple tree coming out. I mean, the group that's coming here this week is going to have such beauty. I love it. I think in my last video I showed you this this coral colored quince that I have. It's a Japanese quince, and someone gifted this to me. She didn't have space in her garden, and the promise was that she could always come and visit because it's so pretty. So it has all of these shades of pink, and some of them are quite almost white. Oh my God. I don't know why I love these so much, but can you see the beauty? Very, very lovely. So the Japanese quinces, I mean, not for the fruits. I have pear quinces and apple quinces that are a lot bigger and therefore less work when you are using the fruits. So I'm using those, but for beauty, I think the Japanese quinces are just glorious. And I wanted to show you this. The gonorrhea has survived. I cover it. It's the only thing I cover in in winter, because I really don't want things that are not fit to survive here by themselves. But the Gunnera I love because it's prehistoric in its shape. It's such a weird, beautiful, amazing, powerful plant because the leaves get so big, and it really looks like they have survived the winter very well. So I'm hoping to show you, maybe not this year, but maybe next year, leaves that will be almost as tall as me. And I think that's, I like this being dwarfed. Like, of course, trees are taller than us, but this, powerful, big plant beings I love. So there's another. Now I'm off to the quince heaven again. So this is the white quince that I have. It's not the happiest where it is, but it's still surviving. I do love it. So yeah, guys, I think that's about it. I could always show you little details, but okay, so look at this. Do you see that red thing in there? That is, of course, some what are they? We call them lily billies. Lily beetles, and it doesn't seem like any birds are actually eating them, so sometimes I have to be a little violent and take some of them. That's the way it is. The forget-me-nots are also coming out with another variety of wild tulips. Isn't this cute? I think I'm gonna end here. Remember to put the forget-me-nots in your salads or just on a piece of bread with something on it, just because it's beautiful to eat this amazing color. And thank you for watching, guys.